Hey guys, so today is going to be a different type of video. It's not going to be a makeup tutorial or review really. I'm going to call it this or that, and it's where I take two similar products, one from drugstore and one from high-end, and I compare them and I figure out which one I prefer more and which one I like better. So today is going to be versus the Beauty Blender and the Real Techniques Perfection or whatever, their sponge that they have that's a dupe for the Beauty Blender. Just a little background, I first heard about the Beauty Blender via YouTube, and when I found out the price, I was like, who in the world would pay $20 for a sponge to apply foundation? Like, I just did not understand it, and I was just like, no, I'm never gonna be that person. So myself, I'm like, I'm never gonna be that person that pays $20 for a makeup sponge, but I have become that person and I'm okay with that. But I first got the Real Techniques one, and I was like, oh, I heard this was a really great dupe for it, it's really similar, I'll give it a try. It was $6 at Kohl's. Like, seriously, who could beat that? So this is what it looks like. It's just orange and it has a slanted side and then a little pointed side, and it's really nice. You can see mine is like tattered and torn and stained, and like you can see this is actually wet down because I cleaned it before I filmed this, because I haven't used this in a very long time and I don't remember the last time I cleaned it was. So I cleaned this before I filmed this, and this is how big it gets. So it's a pretty decent size. The one thing I don't like about the sponge is that I don't like that it rips, or that it tears, or that I can leave, like, when I'm squeezing it out. Like, I don't have long nails. Like, granted, these are just cut or filed down, but I never, like, I do my nails every week. I never have long nails. It's not convenient with an infant. So the fact that mine became like this from just going like this with it, I don't like. Another thing, while I'm sitting here, I just washed this and you can see the water running down my arm. That is how much water is still in here. So when you apply it and you put a lot of pressure, you feel wet. Like, your face feels wet. I don't necessarily like that because I feel like I'm washing off all the product I'm putting on. So that's this little sponge, the Real Techniques, and let's move on to the Beauty Blender. Like I said, I washed them both before I filmed this video. So this is how big it gets, and it has a little ball on one end and a little pointed one on the other. I've had the Real Techniques one for almost a year, I guess. I don't remember exactly when I bought this, but I think it's been almost a year. I've had this one for almost 2 months. I already love this thing. You can see it doesn't look tattered or torn or like I've been rough on it or anything. The only thing I don't like about the pink Beauty Blender is that it stains. This is freshly washed, and you can still see where my foundation was on it. So I don't necessarily like that, but I will say, like, if you switch up how like you hold it, so like if you apply your foundation with this side and then this side and then this side, it doesn't really stain as badly. I only apply my foundation majority of my face with the ball end, and then I apply around my nose with the pointed part. But I love this, and as you can see, it's freshly washed and not as no water is like rolling down my arm. So it definitely retains water more and a lot better. I also love the texture of this. This is a very weird texture. It doesn't feel like a sponge to me. It like feels like this unknown like material. I don't know. It doesn't feel like, this one feels like a sponge to me, like a straight up, this is my kitchen sponge. This feels different. It feels almost velvety soft. So I love this. This one was, again, $20. I think that the Beauty Blender is well worth the money. I mean, I think the Real Techniques is a great dupe, and if you don't have the money or you don't want to spend the money, because trust me, I completely understand not wanting to spend the money on a Beauty Blender. Like, that's a tad excessive. So if you don't want to spend the money, the Real Techniques is definitely a really, really good alternative. Like, this applied my makeup Sorry, spring has sprung into all of my allergies. This applied my makeup amazingly. The only reason I went in search of a new one is because of the way it held up. I personally did not feel like it held up well, but it was $6. Like, I paid $6 for it. I can't exactly complain that much. Another thing about this one is it feels cakey when you don't wash it a lot or very often, which you should, because I'm like the poster girl right now for not washing my brushes or my sponges. You get breakouts because it holds bacteria in the sponge. So you should wash it, but I'm talking like 3 uses and it gets, there's like a layer of film. This definitely absorbs more product, I feel like, because it feels like crinkly and it's like deep down in there. Like, it just not feel good. This, I made my mistake. I used it 3 times in a row without washing it. Bad idea. I looked cakey. I had foundation sinking into my pores. It was just horrible. This does not absorb product at all. So when you apply your foundation, all of that foundation is just sitting on the top layer right here. So when you constantly apply it over and over, you have build up and build up and build up. So you're applying more product than you actually think. And I build my foundation up because I have a lot of redness. So I have a medium to full coverage foundation, and I build it up to be completely full coverage. So this, I wash this every 2 days. Like, I only use it twice and then I wash it. So this is definitely something you have to keep up with. What I use to wash these sponges and my brushes, because I've become obsessed with this product, is the Beauty Blender Solid. This is amazing. This is like, I will never be without this ever. And even if I never buy another beauty blender, I will never be without this, because this makes cleaning your brushes so easy. It's just a solid, please excuse the way it looks. It's just a solid soap. I don't know if you can tell where it is, but there's the soap and like there's the packaging. It's just a solid soap. To me, it smells like Fruity Pebbles. I love it. And what you do is you just wet down your sponge. So like, you wet down your beauty blender or whatever you're using, and you swirl it, and then you create a lather with it. And you do the same thing when you clean your brushes with it. This is amazing. I do not like standing over a sink with baby shampoo or any kind of brush cleaner scrubbing up my brushes. I do not have a Sigma spa mat or anything like that. So for me, it's very, very difficult and back-breaking to clean my brushes. This is amazing. I did my mom's best friend's makeup, and I don't have a set of brushes for people that I do makeup on, because I'm not a makeup artist. I'm not a freelance makeup artist. I'm none of that. I was just doing her a favor because she was going somewhere and she wanted her makeup done, and she doesn't know a lot about makeup. So I used my brushes on her, and I made sure to clean. I needed to wash them before I used them because don't want to go mix in any germs. So I used this the night before, and it works amazingly. Your brushes almost feel like dry, except for like thicker brushes like this one. This one didn't feel dry when I was done, but little eyeshadow brushes like this one, or not really that one, which one? This one felt dry when I was done, which was amazing. So I highly recommend this. Even if you do not want to get a beauty blender, highly recommend you walk into Sephora and you pick this up. This is amazing. It is with the beauty blenders, but honestly, just for your brushes, solid cleanser. This is, I don't remember if I've already said, this is $15. The beauty blender is $20, and the Real Techniques is $6. The only place you can find these products right here are Sephora. Ulta does not sell them. No other store sells them. So Sephora.com or Sephora in-store. Only places you can find beauty blenders. This, the Real Techniques sponge, you can find at Ulta, at Kohl's. My local Meijer just started selling Real Techniques, so I'm sure they'll have this there too. Basically, anywhere Real Techniques is sold, you can pick this up. So I hope that this video was informative for anyone out there looking between the two. I know when I was looking, it was very, very hard for me to find. Like, I found reviews on each one of them, but I never found one that compared them head to head. So give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this type of video and would like to see me do more. I have a lot of ideas for this like series in mind, and I'd love to share my opinions with you guys. So I hope that you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.